We are neither nutritionists or medical providers. The topics discussed on this show are from our own research and experiences. Please consult your medical provider before attempting anything discussed on this show. Welcome to another episode of Sjogren Strong.
This is Brian.
And this is Lupe.
And this is your weekly podcast discussing how to live an active and healthy lifestyle despite a diagnosis of Sjogren's syndrome.
Summer is here. It's been really hot lately. I'm sure everywhere. And I wanted to talk about what I've been experiencing lately.
And it hasn't been good.
Man, you always have something to say.
I'm just trying to be a good co-host.
So let's see, what have I been experiencing lately? I'm going to say rapid weight gain. And I'm going to say about maybe the last week and a half. Rapid weight loss. And I can tell in my clothes.
So let's take this back just a little bit. We've talked about before how we rule things in, rule things out. How we'll play with our diet and tweak things. So we did an episode where we're like, we're going to lose weight this summer and we're going to report back. And then Lupe's body just kind of went, yeah, whatever. I'm going to do what I want to do. And it all came about the time with an increased stress level, the heat of the Southern California summer, and just weirdness has been going on with her.
I've been experiencing a lot of swelling, and I noticed, actually, I noticed everywhere, but it's more noticeable in my fingers.
We call them sausage fingers.
Pronounce it right. We call it sausage.
Sausage.
That comes from an episode of Ink Masters.
Ink Masters, that's right.
Our favorite artist, his name was Sausage, so we just started calling him Sausage.
Sausage.
Anyways, nor here nor there, but that's what we started calling my fingers, is sausage fingers.
When all of this started happening, we took a look at diet, and her diet was pretty solid. She was doing either roasted veggies and or salads. She was sneaking some sugar in. She's like, no, I'm not. But I'd get in her car and there's like Reese's peanut butter cup wrappers.
True.
So
guilty as charged.
So with all of this going on, it's like, okay, let's cut the sugars. And with the heat coming on, she was consuming a lot more Gatorade than normal. And Gatorade has a lot of sugar in it. So let's reduce that, which we started just replacing with water for the most part. However, right now, we've pretty much, I think she's doing one Gatorade a day right now. We've got lemon water in the fridge. We bought cucumbers for cucumber water when the lemon water's gone. But we want to reduce that sugar. She kind of went off vegetables for a little while and started doing fruit.
You know how for the last couple of weeks, we've talked about anxiety and I was going through a funk. Part of that was, I think I was a little bit lazy to prep my veggies and my salads. And I don't know why I was so lazy, because Brian does all the cooking. I just have to put it in containers, right? But even that was too much for me. But what I did find easy was cutting fruit. Packing a banana, cutting up a peach. I love peaches. Cutting up an apple, a pear. And taking that for lunch and snacking on it, you know? Because since I was going through a funk, I wasn't really hungry, but I knew I had to eat. And I know it's time to eat because my body tells me I start getting really bad headaches. And I know I need calories or I need water. And I knew it was calories. Because I was lazy, I wasn't packing my lunch. And I've noticed last week I posted on Instagram a picture of my finger because that's when I noticed it.
Sausage.
That it was swollen, but really it wasn't that it was swollen. It was that the inflammation was receding. So I started noticing how my finger was getting skinnier from the fingernail bed. My fingers were swollen to the tip, right? And then it got down to my first knuckle, and now it's past my knuckle. And I've just been wondering what's causing the inflammation to go down. So I posted on Instagram about my finger, and I got a lot of responses. My friend Christy, she sent me a private message, and she said that something about nightshade, she said. I've heard the term, but never really paid attention to it. But once she mentioned it, I talked to Brian about it and we kind of dove deep into it. And there's all these veggies that cause inflammation that I was consuming that I didn't know. I mean, I thought I was eating healthy, right? Because when you eat leafy greens and veggies, you think you're eating healthy, but these nightshades were causing me inflammation.
And then as we dive deeper into nightshades, and we know how the internet is, we found articles where they're not believed to cause, or there's no scientific data saying that they do cause inflammation. But what we did is we went ahead and we removed them from her diet to see what's going to happen. And I want to say this, she's particular about what she eats. So for example, I don't like to eat the same thing every day for the week, but she will make up her mind on the weekend, I'm going to eat roasted veggies this week. So I roast a bunch of veggies and she eats that every single day for lunch. And then she gets sick of them and I'm going to have salads this week. And she'll go a few weeks with eating salads. And I try to encourage her to mix it up. Have your roasted veggies one day. Have your salads the next. Just mix it up so you're not consuming the same thing every day for 10, 15 days straight during the work week. And I think that may have something to do with it because then she'll switch up and she'll go to, fresh salads and things change a little bit, but then her body gets burnt on that. And, the old adage, anything in moderation is okay. In my opinion, she doesn't moderate her intake. It's all of one thing until she gets sick of it. And then it's all of something else until she gets sick of it.
So when I was eating the roasted veggies, I always call them little lettuce heads.
Brussels sprouts.
I would say the little roundies, because I forget names.
And cauliflower's the white trees.
And then the green trees for broccoli. But anyways, I call them little roundies because I always forget the name. Oh, it's funny because it's true. Anyways, the little roundies, the Brussels sprouts, I was consuming those forever. I'm going to say months because they're really good and he makes them really good and he roasts them or steams them and he changes up the flavors. But I don't know if those are considered nightshades. They weren't on the list, so I don't know what it is about Brussels sprouts. Also, the roasted veggies with the Brussels sprouts, it was bell peppers, corn,
broccoli, cauliflower, string beans, carrots.
And so I stopped eating that for about 2 weeks because I was being lazy and the inflammation started receding. So I mean, I don't know if it's that. I don't know what it could be.
Now, me knowing my wife, she says roasted veggie bad, peanut butter cup good.
Oh, hey, you know what? Because I have to eat something, right? And chocolate and cocoa comes from a plant, so it must be good for you, right?
Right.
And they say peanuts are good for you too, so Reese's peanut butter cups must be great.
Right, but peanuts, in the amount you consume them, can be bad for you and cause inflammation because of all that gluten.
Speaking of peanuts, as a snack, I like a handful of peanuts or maybe 10 handfuls of peanuts. But because I am starting to produce less saliva, they would get caught in my teeth, between my gum. It was just really uncomfortable. So I've kind of weaned myself from certain things like almonds and peanuts. They're just yucky in my mouth. So maybe it's that. Maybe it was the peanuts. I don't know what it is. But to the point where the outfit that I'm wearing today, the pants, they were a little bit snug on me and I'm totally sagging them. So I don't know. I've lost about 7 pounds since last week.
The cool thing is we've reduced or removed certain things from her diet and the tides are turning. The inflammation's receding. She's dropping some weight and she's pretty happy and motivated with what's going on now. Now, how long will it last? We don't know. How strict to her new diet is she going to stick? Is she going to switch it up? Regardless of those decisions that she'll make on a minute-by-minute basis, her rheumatology appointment is coming up, and she will obviously discuss this with her doc, and I'm sure we'll touch base back on this in a future episode.
I mean, I don't know what my diet basis is going to be because I don't even know what my diet is right now. I just know I'm eating fruits, and that has a lot of sugar, so I have to chill on that.
Yeah, but all the fruits and the Gatorade and the peanut butter cups, bad.
Oh, which reminds me, last week, I don't know, maybe Thursday, Friday, maybe even Wednesday, I was going to the Peeps a lot. Number one. Hey, I'm just being me, right? Brian's laughing at me, but anyways. I was going to number one a lot. And I'm like, I'm not even consuming that much water. Why am I going to pee so much? Is it the fruit? I don't know. Was I retaining water? I don't know.
Which in my mind was edema or water retention, and your body's starting to flush all that out. You're dropping the weight, the swelling's going down.
But it's still a mystery to me. I don't know what's causing it.
Maybe a little less stress in your life.
Maybe.
And a change in your diet. You've removed a lot of glutens.
I haven't had Reese's peanut butter cups or Starbucks that I love because I know that has a lot of sugar.
Yeah, and you're consuming less sugar. So, it's one of these things to where one answer isn't the only answer, and one answer for Lupe might not be the answer for you or the person next to you. But keeping track of what you're consuming, in what quantities and frequencies, puts you in a position where you can say, wow, this has changed. Let me change this in my diet and see how it affects my body, which is what we've done. And it seems to be helping.
I'm excited because on that post on Instagram, like I said, I got a lot of feedback, and I'm very appreciative of this community because, I wanted to do the podcast to help everybody to shine a light on Sjogren's, right? But the truth is, I'm learning so much from everybody. Like, for example, nightshade veggies. And a lot of people have said tart cherry juice helps with inflammation as well. Not only inflammation, but gout and joint pain.
And it's yummy.
It's like not really yummy, guys.
So we went and found tart cherry juice.
Oh, and Christy, this is for you. Actually, Brian said, let's buy that kombucha. And we did buy it. And when he opened it, it just fizzed all over the place. And it was the most yucky thing.
Now, I kind of dug it after I got used to it.
No, you didn't.
I did. I drank pretty much the whole thing because you took one sip and we're done.
I was like, And
I think it's kombucha.
I don't know, kombucha. I'm going to say whatever.
So we found a tart cherry kombucha, and we also found a concentrate that we passed on, but we found a tart cherry juice. And then for some other reason, we're at Trader Joe's. She buys another thing of tart cherry juice, not having tasted the first one.
Because it was a different brand. It might taste different. Or what if I really liked it and I wanted more?
So anyway, we did some research. We're going to give it a shot. We have about a half gallon of tart cherry juice, but then we went out and bought a capsule of tart cherry, and you put that in your shake today. How was that?
Yes. 2 people commented that there's also supplements. So we went to the vitamin shop and we bought these tart cherry capsules, and I put them in my morning shake with my concoction that I make up, and it actually gave it a good flavor. It didn't give you that
heartburn.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
And she doesn't put the capsule in it. She opens the capsule and dumps the contents of the capsule in her shake.
Well, because I have a hard time swallowing pills, so that's why I'd rather buy capsules and just put it in my concoction that I call a morning shake.
And one other thing we started doing too is we bought a coffee press, and I fill it about halfway up with hot water, and we steep thyme, cardamom, turmeric, ginger.
The lemon, you zest the lemon?
Lemon zest.
Yeah.
In the water, and then we press it out. We've been using that as a morning tea rather than the other teas she normally consumes. And it's strange. And I don't measure. I kind of eyeball it. So every morning it's a little heavier in one thing or another. And it doesn't look all that great. It's kind of an orangey apple ciderish looking.
It's really good.
It does taste pretty good. And these are all herbs and spices with anti-inflammatory properties. So we've picked that up the last few days, and I'm sure that that's impacting you a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little bit of everything. I don't know, because I put turmeric in my morning shake as well, and all those spices.
And that's one thing we've done. We've made a lot of changes drastically in a short period of time just because of what she was experiencing. And obviously not recommended, because we can't say this for sure is helping or this for sure is not, because we have changed so many things so rapidly.
And I stopped drinking Gatorade over the weekend. And today I know that I didn't drink enough water. So I know I haven't been consuming enough water. But guys, I found a cavity and I got devastated. It totally devastated me. And I said, nope, no more sugar. I've been brushing my teeth 10 times a day.
She's not exaggerating. She's like, will you pause? I need to go brush. I'm like, you brushed like 20 minutes ago. Yeah, but I had a piece of apple.
Yeah, I know. I was freaking out last night because I had apple. I wanted to snack on something, and I had half an apple, and I didn't get up to brush my teeth, and I fell asleep. And when I woke up, I'm like, oh my God, all that sugar.
So this weekend, travel toothbrush, extra tube of toothpaste for the office.
I know, you call me a freak. A little bit I am, but that's okay.
Anyway, we kind of just wanted to touch base. What are you experiencing this summer with the weather change? If you're in a climate that's summer right now, because we know some of you aren't. And or what have you experienced during summer? Is anybody else going through this water retention or edema or swelling with the weather change? And what are you doing or what have you done to help combat it? Your medical appointment is?
On the 14th.
So it's next week. So in 2 weeks, we'll probably be recapping a little bit with what Doc might have said and or just an update. You know, it might not even be that high on the radar with the changes we've made if we keep progressing in the manner in which we are.
Yeah. But because I cut everything out, I don't want to become anemic. So I actually bought some iron pills over the weekend as well. Tiny ones. So I'll be able to swallow them.
So again, a lot of changes over a short period of time. We'll keep you abreast of our situation, and please let us know what you are experiencing and or what remedies or modalities that you've put in place that are helping. You can do that by commenting on this post on sjogrenstrong.com and or hit us in the Facebook group, Living Sjogren Strong on Facebook. If you are not a member, please just hit the request to join. Answer 3 simple questions, and we let people into the group 3 or 4 times a week. And if you don't answer the questions, you're going to kind of be stuck in a holding pattern. If you recommend somebody to join the group, let them know to answer the questions. After 5-6 days, we just remove people who have not answered the questions.
Well, because we want to keep it.
We want to keep a nice tight community for those of us supporting somebody with Sjogren's or living with Sjogren's. And if people become spammy or too negative, we're going to, send them a private message, and it's just not the place for it. We're here to lift each other up and help each other out.
But we haven't had that issue, so we're a great group. I love it.
Yeah, it's been a good group.
Yeah.
Good group so far. Couple other quick things. We are still raising funds for the Sjogren's Syndrome Foundation. You can do so by supporting Living Sjogren Strong team that will be walking in the LA area Walk for Sjogren's in October. There will be a link in the show notes below. If you're listening to this on a mobile device, hit info, scroll down, the links are there. If you're finding us on social media, just hit our website tab and there's a cool banner across the top. If you live locally, we would love for you to join the walk and walk with us. By joining Team Living Sjogren Strong, you're committing to raising just $250 for the foundation, and you get a cool webpage that you can direct people to so they can donate online in a safe, secure manner and receive their receipt for tax purposes.
Man, you talk really fast. I wanted to sneak something in.
Sneak it in.
So I mentioned, right? The episode where I noticed that I was saying, so much. I don't know if you guys counted. It was 30 times. I said it 30 times in about half an hour. I was like, oh my God, what the heck? And so then the following weekend, it was about 10 times. So I actually donated $15 to...
Because it was that episode you said you were going to count and donate $1 per.
Correct.
Not
correct.
the episode before. So.
Correct. But even though the I'm doing the...
Air quotes.
Yeah. Even the that I said don't count, I still included those. And then I added a little bit more to round it up. So anyways, it was fun. And I'm going to do that until the walk. So however many times I say it, I'm going to donate $1 every time I say it per episode until we walk.
And the name of the individual donating for the campaign is called? I just wanted her to say it. There's another $1.
Oh, damn.
All right. You got anything else?
I just want to say thank you to everybody, all the listeners, all the followers. Again, Brian and I wanted to do this from the heart because we wanted to help newly diagnosed people that have been diagnosed. We're doing what we can to shine a light on Sjogren's. But I am learning so much from you guys, and I wanted you to know that I really appreciated a lot of things I didn't know, a lot of things I didn't think of. So I love you all. Thank you so much. You guys are amazing.
That's what building a community is all about. We're stronger together. So keep up the conversations on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And again, you can comment on each and every episode that you choose to on sjogrenstrong.com.
That's all I got. Until next time, sip constantly and stay hydrated.